the key thing that I'm going to leave you here with is patience. Be patient with yourself. You can't just have a steep recovery or steep increase in your performance. It's going to take time. It will be flat at some point and then it will rise. But be patient while you're preparing. Don't lose heart and be patient when you're giving the exam.
For the past year at InsideIIM, we have been conducting one-on-one career coaching sessions as counsel, short domain-specific courses as masterclasses, and university-affiliated certificate programs. Now, we are extremely excited to announce that we have a new home for all these highly rated programs in altuni.in. So, if you are looking to earn a high salary, get a promotion, switch jobs, click on the link in the description or just visit altuni.in. Thank you, enjoy the video, and don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update. Cheers.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya. I'm a computer science graduate from DTU. I got a 94 percentage during my 10th, 95.4 in my 12th, and 8.98 CGPA during my graduation. I got a 99.82 percentile in CAT 2020. I've been working with Microsoft for a year and will be joining IIM Ahmedabad this year. So I decided to start preparing for CAT after 2 months of joining Microsoft. That was around last week of August. So I realized that I had very little time for preparation, and that was really challenging because I also had to juggle work along with it. So I decided to prepare a comprehensive strategy for preparation for the next 3 months. So I decided not to take any coaching classes, as they would be deciding my pace and I really didn't have time to align myself according to that. So I decided to do a self-study and I took a course, mock tests from Times, so that I have a lot of material to prepare from. So for beginning with VARC, that was the most dreaded section for me, as I think will be for most of the engineers out there. So what I found was, during RCs, the passages that were most difficult for me to comprehend or to answer, or the ones I got wrong the most, were the ones with unfamiliar topics. For example, if a passage came which was based on a science topic or anything related to politics or history, I found it really easy to read and I would go through it fast and answer most of the questions correctly. But the topics which were really foreign to me, for example, philosophy or literature, for instance, I found it difficult to read comparatively. So what I started doing was started reading articles and editorials on these topics specifically, so that I can make myself familiar with all these different topics and they don't seem foreign to me when they come in the exams. So that's how you have to build, by increasing your reading speed, your retaining power, and your ability to comprehend them. So read as many articles as you can, as many editorials as you can. I mostly focused on aeon.com or Guardian or Washington Post for all of these. And I made sure that I always read newspapers every single day. That will not only help you for your VARC preparation, it will also help you during your interview sessions that will be also lining up soon. The next section, which is the DILR section, can always be tricky, and it's not just for the non-engineers or the engineers, it's for everybody. So LR section always had questions which are new to you, which will be really unseen questions and difficult to answer. So the most important thing to keep in mind during the LR section, you should have an open mind. You should not be clouded by the sets that are more familiar to you. And also you should really good at set selection. So what will help you achieve this is maximum practice. Practice as many different type of questions as you can. What I used to do was during the weekdays, whenever I used to have time, an hour or so free, I used to give sectionals for LR sections or DI sections so that I can cover as many different type of questions there are. Try giving previous year papers, they'll cover most of your syllabus for LRDI. So this will help you a lot during your set selection, which is the most critical point in LRDI. See, if there are 8 sets in the question paper, all of them won't be difficult and all of them won't be easy. So what you have to do is find out the ones that are easier to do. So there are 2 types of easy sets. The ones are there in which the set itself is easy and easier to perform. They are not importantly the ones that you are familiar with. Like for me, it was always arrangements. I was very confident in arrangements, but even arrangements can be made difficult to solve. Okay. Secondly, look for not just the sets but also the questions. Some of the sets are very direct, that you solve that set and you will be able to answer all the questions that follow. But for few of them, they will only give half the information in the set and the rest will be followed in the questions, and you have to solve each and every individual question like a whole set. So that makes it longer a question to solve and it take as much time, right? So you need to develop that instinct to find out the easy and the difficult questions. It will be difficult during the beginning, you will be picking up wrong sets, but trust me, with practice you will get better and this will really help you during your exam day. For quant section, I was mostly confident about it because after seeing the syllabus and everything, I just found that my concepts are almost clear about all of these. I still went through it, through all the algebra and arithmetic concepts just to brush them up. But the most important thing for me was improving my accuracy and speed. Also, as I was confident about my quantitative skills, I also had an added ego going in with me because I've always been enthusiastic about mathematics and quant. So whenever I was attempting the exam, attempting the paper, I would always aim at completing all the questions in that section, each and every single one of them, and would not leave the question until I have done it. So that really subdued my performance. I had to overcome that very fear that, oh, it's okay if I don't know any question right there in the exam, and it's okay to not attempt all those questions. So what I started doing was, I would read the question. If I thought that if I even got a hint that it will take me somewhat more time or I have to think about how I'm going to solve it, I would just skip it for once. That still gave me 2/3 of questions which I'll be able to answer. And if I'm able to answer those questions which I'm able to select in the first reading and answer them correctly, I'll still score a very good score. Also, another thing to keep in mind while doing quant is your calculation skills. You need to be fast and on your feet while you're calculating. So that will not only help you in your quantitative section, but also in your DI section. Because DI is just number crunching and nothing else. There is not much of logic behind it. They're just simple maths. So try memorizing all the squares, the cubes, the fractions, the percentages, as much as you can familiarize yourself with them too. Try always doing mental calculations while you're attempting the paper. Don't reach out for a calculator. Don't do it. It's a big no. So, moving on to my preparation strategy over the 3 months. So for the first 2 months, I was really concentrated on attempting mocks every weekend at least. So after attempting a mock, I used to analyze it. And during the weekdays, I used to give sectionals as much as I can. And mostly those involved LR sections. I focused my VA and QA preparation on giving mocks. Give as much mocks as you can, and just not give mocks, you have to analyze them. Because after analyzing them, you will realize your weak and strong areas. And probably you will realize that most of the mistakes that you made at that point of time while you were giving mocks were actually not mistakes at all. They were all silly mistakes. That you have done those, you have left some of the questions or done them wrong just because you were under pressure of the time taking. So that is the crux of what mocks will help you with. Create yourself an environment which is similar to the test taking environment. Like when I got my application ID and I got my timing as 8:30 in the morning, I used to wake up every day at 7, sit on my desk by 8:30, give my exam from 8:30 to 10:30, so that I create that similar environment for me as well as it will be while on the day of CAT. Because I'm not a morning person. So preparing myself to wake up in the morning and giving CAT during the morning is really, really important, and it really helped me a lot. Also, the most important thing during the beginning of your preparation is that don't be disheartened by the marks you get or the percentiles you get in your mocks. And don't focus on the percentiles at all. Focus on the marks you get, focus on the mistakes so that you can actually improve them. Percentile will improve itself after the few months of your practice. So don't be disheartened, don't lose courage at all. The key thing that I'm going to leave you here with is patience. Be patient with yourself. You can't just have a steep recovery or steep increase in your performance. It's going to take time. It will be flat at some point and then it will rise. But be patient while you're preparing. Don't lose heart and be patient when you're giving the exam. Developing that mindset is really, really important. The more calm and composed you are during giving your exam, the better the results are going to be. That if the exam is difficult for you, it is difficult for everybody else too. You are also human, so it's okay. And remember that CAT is not the end. It is just a means to the end. There are other exams like SAT, IIFT, SNAP, and also you can always attempt it next year. There is no big deal. So don't beat yourself up. Just enjoy the journey that you're going on with. And it's really going to be worth it.